Hi, I'm Sally and this is a tutorial for my Minecraft character Enderman, I think it's pronounced. You will need loads of black bands for this design, as you can see, and 2 pink bands and 2 white bands for the eyes. So let's make a start. So first we're going to take our loom and we're going to place it in the straight configuration. So, in case you don't realise, if you turn it upside down, you want to take this tool that came with your rainbow loom, and if you just place it so that this bit goes under the brown bit, the little hooky bit goes under the brown bit, under the blue bit, and you just lever it up like this, all the way along. And then if you flip it over, you'll be able to take out this centre part and place it so that it is straight. Push it down like that. So once you've done that, I didn't realise until someone pointed out to me that that is what that tool was for. So I'm guessing I'm probably not the only one, else I'm a bit silly. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to make the arms. Yes, they're arms. So, for this we are using 3 bands all together, and we are going straight down our loom. So 3 bands once, we're going all the way down to the bottom of our loom on one side, and then exactly the same on the other. So, we can do that, and my black bands are really tiny, they're a little bit strange. I'm hoping they're not going to be difficult to loop. Here's hoping. Take everything all the way down. And as you probably guessed by my introduction, I don't play Minecraft. I've never even seen it be played or anything, so slight confession there. Doesn't mean I can't do the designs. I'm too busy looming to play games. But I'm doing this for a little boy who does play it, so hopefully, from the pictures I've seen, this is pretty accurate. But I've seen ones with different eyes, so the picture I went he had pink in his eyes. I've also seen ones with just white, so you can just leave the pink out if you want to when we come to do the eyes. Okay, we're nearly at the bottom. Just using the 3 bands just means you don't have the holes that you would have if you just used 2. Now we're going to work our way down the other side. So 3 bands again, working our way down. I'm trying out a new camera angle as well. If you watched other of my tutorials, other than the Minecraft ones, you'll notice that the angle is different. So I'm hoping this is a bit better and easier to see. So let me know what you think. Hope it is better. But if it isn't, then I'll have to keep thinking and try and come up with another plan for my camera angle. Hopefully it's all good. It is quite difficult using 3 bands as well. So once you get to the bottom on your second row, and my band just completely missed the pin, so I'm just going to do that one again. Like so. You should have like this. All the way down 3 bands. We're going to place a cap band on these 2 bottom pins here. So just a single band your bands are super stretchy, then do them more. Or if they're tiny, tiny bands, like I seem to have in this lot, then you may only be able to do them twice. So I'm just going to go inside this cat band here, and I'm going to loop right up to the top, and when I've done that, I'm going to do exactly the same the other side. So you're just looping the bottom 3 bands on each, which is pretty easy to do. It's just a chain. So if you're just doing a single chain bracelet, like the really, really easy one, you're just doing exactly as you would. You're just moving 3 bands instead of 1. It's quite hard to do them because obviously you've got 3 bands, so you've got 3 times the tension. It's not too bad. You may struggle if you have a plastic hook, but I'm sure it's perfectly doable. Even if you do have a plastic hook, you may find it easier to do 1 band at a time, which will take you a little bit of time, but you'll get there in the end. There's always a way around these things. So again, going in through the cat band, and we're just looping right up to the top. Once you've looped up both of your arms, they have another name, I'm sorry, I don't know what it is, so we're going to call them arms. To me they look like arms. I'm just going to go in through the top pin, and we're just going to pin it off like this. As you can see, you don't get the big holes in that you do with double bands, so that's why. So it's more solid, and I'm just going to place this around the bottom loop on my loom here, and do the same with the other one. It's quite difficult to stretch it out. It's got 6 bands on it. There we go. So there we have 2 arms for our character. We're going to do something similar again, but this time we're only going to go down 9 times, and this will be added on to the legs, or whatever they're called. We're going with legs, just to make them a bit longer. So I'm just going to get some more bands out. So again, 3 bands, and we're just going down 9 times. Right. So one. If at any time you need to pause the video, then please feel free to do so, and just come back when you're ready. Hopefully I'm not going too fast. I'm trying to slow down a little bit because I have been told I would go too fast. But to be honest, I thought I was quite a slow looper. So trying to reach a compromise between the two. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 6. 3, 9, aren't I? So that's 8. That must be 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I seem to have lost the ability to count. Let's hope it comes back soon. I only need 10. I only want to do 9. And that would have just been silly. So, doing the same down the other side, sorry. Waffling on. So going all the way down 9 times, 3 bands each time, and then we can make the body. Once we've gone down 9 times with our 3 bands, we're going to place cap bands on these 2 pins here at the bottom. So single band 3 times, 3, and the same again, 1, 2 and 3, and then we're just going to loop straight up, going inside the cap band, and then all the way up to the top. So just grabbing the 3 bands at the bottom and working our way up. Same as we've just done for the arms. Character tutorials on my channel if you want to take a look at those, and they should be on about the same time as this one. Do you enjoy making this and you like your Minecraft? It's worth doing, I guess. So we're now going to remove these and place these at the bottom as well. So there we have all of the little bits that we need to add on. So we've got 2 arms, 2 legs, or 2 parts of legs anyway. So now we're going to start on the body. So we are going to use double bands. Taking 2 bands, we're going from the left side across the top into the centre. Then going from the centre to the right, pushing those bands down, and then we're going to go down 8 times with 2 black bands on each row, column, column. You can work in rows if you want to, as long as you go down 8 times each side, and in the centre. And this will be the body. Too. So that is 4 times, so I'm halfway there. So now I'm going to go down another 4. Sorry if that noise just deafening you. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we're just going to carry on as we were doing. To be honest, this design is very, very easy to do once you get your proportions right. Going down each of the columns. So next, taking another 2 bands bottom. So left to centre, centre to right, exactly the same as we did at the top. And then we're going to place a cap band on this centre pin here. So wrap it around 3 times with a single band. 2 and 3. And now we're going to add on the arms. So we are adding these on to the 4th pin. 1, 2, 3. So count down 4 from the top and you're placing it around that pin. So these are the longer ones of the extension made, the first ones that we made. So on the 4th pin down, like that. Just take them on your hook and just stretch them over. So those 6 bands that you've got there, just stretch them around that pin. Try not to get any other bands caught in it. Pull them so they're sort of hanging down like this. So that's where they go. This is what you should have so far. If you need to pause, then go ahead. And now we're going to, with 3 bands, we're going to work all the way down to the bottom. We will have to move these in a moment. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to pop this one onto the other side, like that. Or you can move them into the centre if you wish. We're going down now from this band here, this pin here, all the way down to the base, to the bottom, the end, the last pin. I have curly bands. Don't want curly bands, want straight bands. Okay, and then once you get to the bottom, you can place one of these extensions, the second ones we did, the shorter ones, the ones that are still on our loom, over the end. And this will act like a cap band on the foot, leg, there. And we're going to move this one again, because it's still going to be on the way. Right, I'm going to do the same down the other side. So 3 bands from the body all the way down to the last pin. Like this. Pushing down as we go. Like that. And there's the last one. And then you can place that last extension piece, the last extra bit that we made, over the ends. And then I will show you what it looks like so far. There we are. So this is what we should have. So we've gone down 8 times with double bands, placing the arms on the 4th pin down. Once you get to the bottom of the 8 logs, we've gone across with 2 bands and then place a cap band around the centre, and then we've gone down with 3 bands from this pin here where we've put the bands across all the way down to the end, and then placed these shorter pieces on the end of the loom. So once you're at this stage, you're ready to add on the horizontal bands. So just taking a single band, we're just going to place them across the body, just from one side to the other, like this. So it's just going around the 3 pins. And I think I'm going to place one as well across here where we've got the, no, I'm not going to. We've already got horizontal bands there, so I'm not going to place one there. I'm just working all the way across the arms, and then don't place one across the 2 second pins. So you want to stop across the 3rd pins, and then we will add the eyes in. Okay, so there's your horizontal bands. So going not across here, but going all the way up, across the arms and up to the third pin here. And now for the eyes. So to make the eyes, just put that up there, you will need 2 pink bands, 2 white bands, and a single black band. So we're going to take the pink band and we're going to wrap it 3 times around our hook. Taking a white band, we're going to wrap it twice. Oh, that wasn't going around the hook, it was just twisting around itself. Twice around one side of the pink band, twice around the other side of the pink band, so it looks like this. And then we're going to do the same again. And I will just say this is not my design for an eye. The overall design is my own, but I believe, as I've said on other tutorials where I have done this, it was DIY Mummy that came up with this. So I'm going to give credit to for the eyes to her. I'm not going to take credit for someone else's work because that's just not fair, really. There we go. So that's what the eyes should look like on your hook. You're going to take your single black band, place it over the end of your hook. Oops. Could do that again if I tried. And hold it with your finger. And you're going to slide all these bands onto this black band, keeping them in the order they are on your hook. So you can just do a couple at a time or one at a time, whatever is easiest. You need to keep them in that order for it to look right on the design. So I choose one, just slide that down, pull the design forwards, and loop it over. So it should look like this. We're going to place this on our loom across the second pins on each side. So going straight across, like so. And then I'm going to separate the eyes out. So we've got one on each side. And then this pin, this band, even, you want to try and get your hook in between those 2 bands there. These bands are quite slippery and they don't want to play ball. So I'm just going to try and hold it still. Do it. It's still not having any of it. There we go. And you want to pull the top half of the band up, so you've got 1/2 above the pin and 1/2 below the pin. So if you can see there, you've got, get it in focus. You can see black's a really bad colour on camera. There we go. So you've got the top half on your hook, the bottom half will need to go underneath the hook. So just put it round, make sure that the eyes stay on, straighten them out. It's got a little bit of white going across the pin, so I'm just going to sort that out. Like that. And then we have all our horizontal bands on and we are ready to loop. So going in through this bottom leg here, pushing it back, getting the bottom 3 bands. Oops. There we go. Getting the bottom 3 bands and holding this if you need to. You can pull this out to make it easier to see. I have to hold it on as well. There we are. Just loop up those bottom 3 bands, and we're going to do the same all the way up to these bands here in the row you've got the cat band on. So just looping up to that point. One, like that, and then the second one again, going inside that little add-on part, an extension, just looping up and looping up again. I've left the band behind, so I'm just going to go back and get that. So there we have 2 top bands, and they for me are going to the right. So I'm going to loop them around the right pin. Going in again, getting the next 2 that are on the top, looping around and onto the left pin, or whichever way they need to go, and then the last ones for me go forwards. So you should have this sort of T shape here. And then once you've done that, you can go ahead and you can loop all the way up to the top. Yeah, it's always helpful if I've got it on camera what I'm trying to show you. So just pushing back all the bands, and all you're looping is the bottom 2 bands, so pushing out the way of the horizontal bands and the arms as well. When you get to there, looping forwards like so. So pushing back all of the bands other than the bottom 2, pushing right away, just doing the bands that you're meant to be doing. Eye band out of the way, just treat that as a horizontal band and just push it back. Same up the centre, just going forwards, 2 bands at a time, or 1 band if that's the way you prefer to loop. Fiddlesticks. Okay. Have I managed to save them or not? That is the question. Managed to save them. Once you get to the top of the head, or does he have a head? Body? Face? Above where his eyes are? Like this. You will need to loop the bands that are here. If you laid them out in the way that I did, from left to centre, centre to right, you will need to loop the right ones first. If you didn't, it will be the left ones first. If you're not sure, if you can see, it's a bit difficult because they're black bands. If you look at whichever bands on this centre pin are on top and which ones are on the bottom, you want to loop whichever ones are on the top first. So for me, they are going that way, and you loop them into the centre. So if it's the other way around for you and your left hand bands are on top, then loop the left ones into the centre. And then through the centre pin, pushing back and looping to the side. I have a hair that's tickling my face, and it's very annoying. There we go. I think I've got it. So, we're now going to tie off this design. So I'm going to take double black bands. You can use different colour if you want. I'm going to use black so it blends in with the body. I'm going to take your hook through this left hand pin or right hand pin, but wherever you've just looped from the centre to. You hook through and out the other side, place your bands over the end of your hook like this, and then you're going to pull them through and round behind the bands and place the other ones on the end. So you should have something that looks like this. There are 2 ends on there merged. Like that, so it's going through all the bands on this pin or this pin, but for me it's the left hand pin. I think it's in reverse on the camera, it looks like it's the right hand pin on that one, but for me it's my left hand pin. So you've got like a mirror image. So pulling the right hand, the right right-hand band, the top bands, over the bottom bands, and straight, tighten, and once you're secure, you can remove him from the loom, like so, and the other way. Looks a little bit strange at the moment, his limbs look very small in comparison. I'm assuming it's a him. It, her, go with it. You can remove your creation from the loom. Okay. So once he's off of the loom, make sure that this band here is tight. You've pushed his eyes through, whichever side you want to be the front. Just pull the eyes through, like so. Straighten arms and legs. Just no kinks in them. And his body, just a little stretch. And there we have our finished Enderman design. So, he's going to have to sit up. I hope you've enjoyed making him. I think I've already said, but just in case I haven't, I do have other Minecraft tutorials on my channel that will be going on probably the same time as this one, so please take a look at those. Please like and comment on this video if you like it, and let me know what you think of the design, the tutorial, any comments you want to make. Subscribe to be notified when I bring out new tutorials, which I'm working quite hard at the moment, so there will be a fair few. I am on Instagram @Sally's Looming if you'd like to show me how your designs come out for this or any of the other tutorials I have on here. I am on Twitter @Sally's Looming again, @Sally's Looming, not @Sally's Looming again. If you'd like to make any requests or show me your designs or anything like that, you can get me on there. And I'm also on Facebook. If you search Sally's Looming, all one word, and you will find my group on there where you can show me pictures and make requests or anything like that. If there are any other Minecraft characters you'd like me to make, then let me know and I will do my best for you as always. And I think that's about it. So, thanks for watching. I hope you've enjoyed making this, and I'll see you next time. Bye!